Join Samantha and Hans at the next Macro to Micro Options Power Hour, held each Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Registration is free. Scan this QR code or click on the link in the description.
It's just too strong. We see this gamma that I'm always talking about all the time. And this is why people need to sort of at least pay attention to this. Even if you're not an option trader, the tail being the dog now and derivatives really being a big part of everything, $10 billion worth of gamma per 1%. You can't see it here. Oh, there it is. Per 1% move. So that's very supportive. We have these massive positions out there. A lot of that is going to start to burn off next week. I think I heard it was maybe the biggest expiry of all time next week. So we're going to have some massive, at least on the index level, massive positions are going to be burning off. And so that's going to sort of play into the second half. Seasonally, December can be very strong seasonally in the second half.
This is the chart that I showed last Wednesday and the Wednesday before that. And basically it's saying we're still going to get a growth rotation. And literally this is a ratio. Okay.
I remember you've been showing this for months.
Every single week. I show
what a breakout. Yeah, what a breakout there.
And this is what happened basically post NVIDIA in May of 2024. Again, they had a really big surge, but the point is this move from early June until early July, this is on a daily, by the way, was parabolic. And so just so happened, I happened to be doing a webinar with Craig, and it was on the 9th, and I warned, be careful. And then we had the yen carry trade come in. Oil fell, 10-year yields fell down to 3.6. We had the August 5th reflexive bounce. I was on vacation. You covered the trading room. Anyway, this is that big, huge move. And so this is what I've been talking about. I think we're going to have a rotation, or what I call that, the rally a la July 2024, summer 2024. And this is exactly what's happening. So where it stops, nobody knows. I'll start to get a little bit of a feel, but that's extended. The other chart that I showed you was...
Is that so this. when you're concerned about MAG, Samantha, is that that's kind of a rush into these balance sheet heroes, as I like to call them, where you can really kind of safety in names like Apple, even though yes. Apple was kind of slacking off today a little bit, but compared to the others, but that's kind of a flight to safety in a sense, right?
It is 100% concentration risk. So that can imply, yes, a kind of a safety. At the same time, it's a source of funds. I can see that there's net selling underneath the surface for the other guys. So the NYSE, the small caps, this is definitely not a Tom Lee rally in small caps. You know how I feel about that. but this shows me when growth is going to absolutely overtake value as defined by, you can't really get going in financials or insurance or metals and mining. I don't mean gold and silver. I'm talking XME, XLE, energy, XLV, XLP, XLU, XLF, the stuff that is value in the sector rotation world. Okay, but this is clearly XLK. Semis are not taking part of this right now, right? They're trying to get up and go, but they haven't. But this is the MAG 7. So this is the one that I show on the weekly, which I've been showing since January of 2023. Remember this one? Where literally NASDAQ, this is not NASDAQ, this is just 7 stocks, and it's in a ratio, it's in a formula. And I show this every day as well because it shows the strength in MAG 7. Anyway, long story short, from July of 2023 until Qs just hit $524, we rose up 100% gain in NASDAQ 100. And it's in large part because of the cap weighting in NVIDIA and the MAG 7 plays. Actually, I would say even Avgo and Walmart, they're all part of the top 10 cap weighted in SPY. So this is broken out. Like, remember I said this was my target, the 1618 fib retracement level on a weekly, because this is what this ratio represents. It's a weekly chart. And this was the August 5th. Remember that right here? Incredible short covering rally. And then we went sideways for a while, kind of stuck in the mud. We did a little talk last week going, okay, it's kind of molasses. And then boom, things started really happening. It exploded higher. And they broke through this level. So that was last week. And here we are. That's the parabolic.
That's without NVIDIA, right, Samantha? That's without NVIDIA. Isn't that amazing?
That's the point. It's without Avgo. Avgo's been going sideways, semis in general, but Avgo specifically, Avgo has earnings tomorrow. If they beat, you know NVIDIA is going to come up, out of this 136 where it's been pinned, and the inverse is true. It'll be a sentiment tell, but the point is, with Apple all-time highs, and now Google all-time highs, and Tesla at all-time highs, and Netflix and Meta and Microsoft, oh my, we really do have the story of Goldilocks for the market in general, but it's really disguising the concentration risk, which will become unwieldy at some point.
Join Samantha and Hans at the next Macro to Micro Options Power Hour, held each Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Registration is free. Scan this QR code or click on the link in the description. Watch the full Options Macro to Micro Power Hour episode by clicking on the video here and subscribe to LaDucTrading YouTube channel for more content.